Good evening, folks. Appreciate you joining us for another installment of the Life in the Gap. When we left you last time, we had demoed the right-hand side of the antique dresser, and I went ahead and did the left-hand side to spare you. It was even worse than the right-hand side, believe you me. Today, we're going to go ahead and start sanding on these things, these pieces. You can see I had to make repairs to a whole lot of places on them. Still got my clamps on a couple there, but same as on the chest of drawers. There was nails inside the dado, which I had to go in and grind off, cut off with a cutting wheel. That was a pain, but we got her done, and we'll go ahead and try to get this stuff sanded down and see what we got to do to get it put back together. We'll start out with the center section of the dresser. This here was the front decorative little piece there. It goes underneath the top. Of course, this here is the very back, and this up here is the mirror supports. We'll go ahead and get these things here sanded down, see what they look like underneath. Of course, there's a couple spots we're going to have to patch up a little bit. We'll get that done. This left-hand side that I broke down there last night, top kind of peeled off where there was nails underneath, and when I drove those nails out, it popped the veneer off, so kind of had to work on that a little bit, but hopefully that'll sand down nicely. So we got all the wood prepped, got it sanded down, and some holes patched up here and there, nail holes. Got some repairs made, places that were in bad shape. And what we're going to do today is we're going to put some pre-stain wood conditioner on the wood. This stuff is supposed to eliminate botchiness, especially when you're using soft wood. Gives the stain a more uniform look rather than having dark spots, light spots, streaks, whatever. This is various types of wood. It's not all just pine or maple or whatever. It's several different species, so I'm hoping that the pre-stain conditioner will sort of even things out, give it a sort of a uniform look rather than, like I say, having dark spots, light spots, and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and get this applied, this pre-stain conditioner, and we'll put you on a time warp, let you watch it fast, so you don't have to go through the boredom of watching me stain something. I got the pre-stain conditioner on the wood now, and you can probably have a better idea of what I was talking about with the many different kinds of wood. You can see all the different shades here. We got a dark, almost like a black walnut. Got a little bit lighter, a little bit lighter. Of course, these here are interior pieces, so that don't matter. This here's a top, which is even lighter. our styles, you can see everyone's a different color. The mirror portion, it's pine, light colored. This piece here that sits on there like that, of course that's a whole different kind of wood. Styles on the other side, various colors, shades. This is the other top. And then you have this bottom part, which I'll put it up to the other side for comparison. You can see how different that is. And then the center portion, very splotchy. Hopefully once we get the stain on there, it'll even some of this stuff up, or else it's going to be like Joseph's coat, many colors. See the comparison there between the center and the side? Okay, we'll go ahead and sock some stain to it and see how they turn out. The instructions with the wood conditioner says to apply the stain within 2 hours of the conditioner, and we are within that time frame. So I'm going to put it on the brush so we'll get a good thick coverage, and we'll see how this turns out. I have used the wood conditioner before on new wood. Never been finished before, but I don't think I've ever done it on anything I was refinishing. First time for everything, right? I always try to go with the grain when you're applying stain. Try to. Occasionally you'll have to sort of go against it to get in corners or whatnot. Edges, tight spots. Of course we don't have that issue here with this mirror. Everything's pretty straightforward. No nooks or crannies. This is the special walnut stain again, same as we did the chest of drawers with. I know you may be seeing the edge over there, the stain running down. I'll pull it around here in just a second and get that. There you are. Got her done. This part down here should be hidden behind other pieces, but I like to go ahead and stain it anyway, just in case anything shows. As sure as a world, you start putting something together, if you don't have it stained, you'll end up with a big spot that's not been finished. Never fails. Okay, that's pretty much got that portion. I need to go ahead and get a measurement on this mirror. While I'm thinking of it, I'm going to have one made for it. Didn't have any when I pulled it out of storage. That appears to be a 22.5. by 15 7/8. Get there, the way it's grooved out, it almost looks like the mirror went down inside there at one time. I bet it did. Might need a round mirror rather than a rectangle. I'll have to check on that. This here is the piece that goes right in the center at the front. Well, hopefully it'll turn out somewhat okay. It's going to be very noticeable. Some of these pieces I almost think they may have been replacement pieces where someone has worked on it before. Some of the cuts aren't exactly smooth. It's like this one here. It's got a little hump right there where looks like it's been cut with a jigsaw or something. Got a little hump. In case I hadn't mentioned it before, I don't claim to be a furniture restorer, believe it or not. Just try to clean the thing up a little bit, make it look a little better. Like I said, it was my wife's grandmother's, I think, and it was in pretty bad shape, so I'm sure I can make it look better than what it did. My opinion. I mean, some people may think that the old dilapidated, mold and mildew infested thing was beautiful. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. As an old buddy mine always says, everybody's got a right to be wrong. And we'll take a break for a second with the staining and go ahead and wipe some of this stuff down, see if we think it's made any difference. Well, we got all of our pieces conditioned and stained. Got the sides cut, conditioned, and stained. And we're just going to give everything a day to dry. And then we will start putting stuff together. So now we've given the stain time to dry. And we're going to start reassembling the dresser. And we'll get her all put back together, get about 3 coats of polyurethane on her, and have her looking good. Well, I finally got the sides of the cabinet put back together. I had to put a few new pieces on. This side is new. I added a bottom. It didn't have anything down there. I replaced this board here. It had nail holes in it that showed up too horribly bad. And I think that's basically about all I replaced. But I did add this little decorative piece of trim that kind of hide that joint right there. But it's a coming together, and hopefully tomorrow I will get some polyurethane on it. Of course, that's a 2 or 3 day job, letting it dry in between coats. But we'll get that done, and in the meantime I'll get the drawers built, and we'll about have it wrapped up. Once again, I'm using the curly maple. You can see the patterns in there. Pretty wood. I'm going to get this cut down to size, and of course get it sanded down, get some polyurethane on it, and let it start curing while I work on the rest of the drawers. Let's go ahead and get started on that. So we're going to get to work now on cutting the drawer pieces. So I've got all my drawer pieces cut. Got one coat of polyurethane on. I'm going to go ahead and sand and do a couple more coats, and then we'll get those put together, get the fronts on them, and then get the cabinet reassembled. So I use a fine grit steel wool sometimes to sand my pieces that I'm putting polyurethane, the oil-based polyurethane on. This year's a grade quadruple 0, and manufacturers don't recommend you use it if you're going to be using water-based polyurethane, but I'm using oil-based. We got our drawer boxes, carcasses all built now. I'm going to take them to the router, do a slight round over on the edges to get rid of these sharp edges here, and we'll get them rounded down, get them sanded, put some polyurethane on them, and then we'll slap the fronts on, and the sliders. We'll just about have this thing wrapped up. So I'm going to show you folks what I did with my drawers on this dresser. Of course, on the chest I used these ball bearing sliders such as this. These here, of course, you can get them different weight load ratings. I used a 100-pound rating on the dresser because, or not the dresser, but the chest, because the drawers on the chest, of course, are rather huge, and they will, you know, get packed with a lot of stuff, add up to a lot of weight. This dresser, of course, your drawers are only like an 8x7, so you're not going to get a whole lot in these drawers. You can see here the depth of them is only like, I don't know, 5 inches or so, 6 maybe, but not going to get a lot of weight in there, so I elected to just go with these Euro sliders. These are rated for, I haven't even looked to see what the actual weight is because I wasn't concerned. 75 pounds. You might zoom in there and see that. 75 pounds, and of course that's overkill because there's never going to be any 75 pounds put in these things. You see, I did have to install some cleats in there. Put these cleats in the cabinet in order to have a place to mount the slider. But you see it'll just go in there like that, and then the other piece of it will go on the bottom of the drawer, and we'll just slide in like so. So it should be a very easy, smooth transition to getting the drawers in there. But I'm going to go ahead and get those put together, get the drawer pieces, the sliders on the drawers, and then I'll of course have to put the fronts on the drawers and the knobs and whatnot, but I'll get that all taken care of, and we'll show you how it looks here in just a minute. So it is finally that day. I'm going to go ahead and put the two pieces together, join them in the center with this and this and this. We'll put all that together in this area here and have one dresser. Well, there it is with the center portion put back on. It bit of a pain to get all 3 pieces in there at one time, working alone, but I got her done with the aid of a big bar clamp on the back there. And now I'm just going to put some pocket holes, screws up underneath here, and we'll have it pulled together. So we'll go ahead and get us a drawer put together. This here is the drawer front. Of course, that is curly maple. This is about roughly a 7x8 size. So we'll get the center of that, and we'll put us a knob on it. So let's go ahead and get that drilled out. There we go. Pretty pretty. Oh, after a little adjustment, we got it going pretty good here. See, it slides in there just fine. We got good clearance on all sides. Good deal. Well, there she is with the drawers put in, sliding freely. They're not soft close, but they work just great. Well, now we're going to mount up one of the probably the most tedious part, or one of the most tedious parts of doing this restoration, getting the mirror centered on this backing. I've got the all the supports laid out roughly 16.5 inches from each other. I do have this laying on a mattress. Try to keep from breaking it. Of course, it may be more likely to break on a mattress than it would laying on a piece of solid board or something. But yep, there she blows. We got her all finished up now. She looks pretty spiffy, with the exception of the towel draped over the mirror. You're probably wondering what's the deal with that. Well, that's where I broke it. Yep, that's right. Tightened down one of the clamps there a little too tight, and pop, snapped the thing. So that's $52 down the drain. Hopefully I can get another one and get it on there without breaking it. We'll see. Of course, you can see the curly maple drawers contrasted with the antique walnut stain. And it's to make it match the chest of drawers, which I'll show you here in just a second. So there's the set. As I mentioned before, on the chest of drawers where the drawers are heavier, I did put sliders, 100-pound rated bottom sliders. And of course on the dresser, I just put the Euro sliders. They're 75-pound rated, but a whole lot cheaper. Of course, stuff like this, you're not really, price ain't the biggest thing you're looking at, I guess. But I think it turned out pretty nice, both of them. Getting this room a little cluttered up with this junk. See, we got the other one I redid sitting over here. I've never put a mirror on it, but I think things are looking pretty good. Wife's happy. I guess that's the main thing. She'll be even happier when I get another mirror put on that thing. Last thing I was doing to it, putting the mirror on, snap. But what can you expect? So, I guess that'll wrap up this project. Appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't subscribed, if you'd like to see more of my shenanigans, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you watching.